Imagine changing the trajectory of your life simply by how you believe certain things. Well, I want that for you, and after spending 36 days researching this video, I've compiled and compacted everything into 4 parts. But before you even watch this video, I want you to believe me. Suspend belief and expect that this will not be your average self-improvement video, because we will be discussing way more complex topics. The biggest misconception with placebo is that everything is in your head. The reason why you're sad, in your head. The reason why you're drunk, in your head. And there's this TikTok trend where people are missing the entire point. Children and adults are fed flavored water and told that it is alcohol. The person fed fake alcohol then pretends to be drunk, but we know what they're feeling is real because of placebo. But what I didn't tell you is that most of these videos are fake. Placebo doesn't just occur because you believe in something convincingly. No, it needs to have an association and expectation, which these TikTok videos did not have. They are missing association. And to be more specific, there was a study where people were injected with the drug sumatriptan, which increases and decreases their HGH and cortisol levels. With this, there has now been the association that the syringe has changes to my physiological body. Later then, they were injected, but with a different substance known as saline, pretty much salt water. It has no effects on your biological body, but their HGH and cortisol levels still decreased and increased, all the while being practically injected with nothing. This is why the TikTok trend is not a case of placebo, because the children has never had the association towards alcohol. They've never gotten drunk before. So how could they have that expectation association to be drunk? But here's the question. They still act wacky and crazy. So are they feeling drunk, or are they just faking and pretending it? Well, it's actually simple psychology where they have expectations created by their peers, and because of that, they gravitate towards their expectations. You see this in actual real videos where parents hold their babies, pretend the baby gets hit on the head, and they overreact towards the baby. Oh, are you okay? Then the baby starts to cry as if it actually got hurt. This is because the parents are gaslighting the child to feel a certain way. This is the point I'm trying to make. We are not the exception. I use babies, I use children as an example to prove my point because they're seen as dumb and gullible little kids. Vsauce made a video where they did the exact same thing, but with adults. They were given flavored water again and told that it was a drug. They told them the side effects give them expectations that you will feel nauseated, you will feel dizzy, you will feel tired, and you will have maybe headaches. And they do.
What we're seeing from these subjects could be a form of informational conformity, or even what's called a contact high.
This is not even placebo. This is half of placebo, where it's only expectations and it still works. You have to realize that placebo is extremely powerful, and this applies to you. All this learning about placebo applies to you because you're constantly bombarded with other expectations and how you should act and live your life. More specifically, statistics. Men have it bad, at least statistically. If you look at the statistics, if you're a man, 40% 18 to 35, you're allowed or meet the criteria to be depressed. 49% 18 to 21 have thought of suicide in the past 2 weeks. And then beyond that, you go into dating apps, there are so many statistics. And here's the craziest thing. All those statistics, you would have to be in the 99th percentile to not apply to one of you. And for me, it doesn't apply to me. And it's not because I'm special. It is not because I'm an outlier, but it's simply because I did not allow the expectations and placebo to apply to me. And this is so important. When you're statistically inclined to be depressed and suicidal, you will start finding links in your life as to why you should feel that certain way, when in reality, you probably are not even depressed or suicidal. You are just abiding by the societal expectations thrusted upon you. And the worst part is, this clouds your judgment. This guides you towards actions you would have never done, but do because you are expected to. There's a crisis where people genuinely do not know who they are. And we see this all the time with celebrities. They get into their little scandal.
From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry.
They give you their apology and it goes something like this.
I wanted to,
I don't know what took over me. I don't know who that was. That's not the me today.
I blacked out and I didn't realize what I was doing, and I want to sincerely apologize. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that type of person.
But it was them. They're the ones that did it. So why are they saying they didn't do it? It's because they've been propped up as to be super nice, the queen of niceness, only then to be shocked when they themselves are just a human, where they can also be capable of doing bad things, having bad thoughts, doing bad actions, but it contradicts everything they believe in. So they genuinely mean it when they say, I don't know who that was, because they don't know who they are. And this can be easily extrapolated to other people, because guess what? It's easy to judge and point at these celebrities, but I guarantee you, if people were in the same position of power, if people had the exact same upbringing, they would have done the exact same thing. So here's the biggest question: who are you? I don't know, but one thing's for sure is that you're not always kind. You can be mean, you can be angry, but more importantly, you can be narcissistic. You can want things for yourself at the expense of others. You can want to win a game, and to win a game is where there has to be a loser, and you would still want to win. Once you're able to tap into this narcissism, you will start to believe that you have a unique perspective, believe that you are not statistically bound to failure. Confucius has this great saying where we have two lives, and the second one begins when we realize we only have one. A lot of people are playing the social game, not trying to genuinely be themselves so they can appease and make other people happy. I am acting the way you expected me to be, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But if you have different goals and want to be better, not be in the median mean mode of everyone else, you have to be different. And genuinely, this is my personal opinion, every successful person thinks this way, where they believe in themselves to the point where they look at the statistics. Oh, businesses fail at 70% their first year. I'm supposed to be depressed. They ignore it and think they themselves are the exception, which, by the way, is narcissistic, which is overconfident, because you're constantly thinking you're in the top 1%, which might be delusional. But here's this other quote. I forgot it. Never mind. It's something Sean O'Malley says, that the reason why he's the champion is because Delusion helped him to become this successful. And this is the point I'm trying to make. These successful people do not talk about placebo and belief because it is so integral into who they are as a person. It is an afterthought. Them thinking they're the exception to the rule happens so commonly in their way of thinking. They don't realize that common people, me and you, do not think like this whatsoever. And that makes sense. And I think, all right, my personal opinion, they're not there to gatekeep advice and information. It is just how they view the world. Here's the bonus, and that is, this doesn't mean you should ignore all statistics. What I'm telling you to do is to suspend reality and become delusional for a brief period where it benefits you the most. When it's important to be rational and logical, look at it rationally and logically. But too many times, people go into the statistics as the way to how they should act. We see this all the time with computer science majors. Oh, the money's there. It's time to go in. And then the money is not there anymore. Jobs are dried up. People are struggling. Computer science degrees are working fast food jobs. What I'm telling you is, most of the time, sometimes believing in statistics could not be beneficial to you. And we've learned about placebo and how it could literally affect your hormones. Just because you thinking that is very sound and reasonable does not mean believing into it would help you in your life. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, watch my second channel videos where you get all the same thoughts and ideas like this, except it is much less compacted. It's like longer form content. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe.